Abbiamo più influenza, sui tuoi figli di te. Molly amiamo creato e iniziato da New Jersey. Last week today live presentato da Filtastic. Comics and art.
Let's fucking go.
Hey everybody. How do you like that? Brand new intro, I'm sure to confuse everybody. It's a little quick. I'll say that. What do you think about it, honey?
It's cool.
Yeah, let's see here. A couple people trickling in. Who do we got so far? We're in the middle of breakfast still, you can see. Do you want to wave with this hand, buddy? Here. There you go. Saying hi to everybody. All right, so let's see who is here with us. Las Cruces from New Mexico, as opposed to Old Mexico. How you doing? Is this my water?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Paul, our good buddy over at Psychedelic. How are you, sir? I was just saying, when I was watching Joe's, saying to myself, I should say, when I was on Joe's stream last night, was it on Joe's stream, or I might have been watching a replay of another show last night. I was like, I feel like I haven't seen him or talked to him in a while. So good to see you, sir. Wellbore, keeping the Great White North great. I don't know how, but you are. Evil Mike from Evil's Comics. How are you, sir? Mike and I and several others, will say, will be on later today at 9 p.m. tonight, rather, on Mike's channel to discuss the latest chapter in the Dark Tower series that we're all reading. If you haven't checked it out, I encourage you to do so. I'll be stocking up on coffee because I've been getting really tired lately as it gets later at night, as it should, I guess. Let's see who else here. Okay, everybody's saying hi. Trev, how are you? Trev saying hi to you, honey, and to
Hello.
our buddy. She says hi, but you probably just heard her because that's how microphones work. Our daughter's already asleep.
Nope,
my son's not.
she's not.
Or she's in theory preparing to nap.
In theory, yes.
Yes, theories are good. He's not going to answer you right now because he's enjoying toast. That's his favorite. I can tell his Italian side is coming out because he likes carbs a whole lot. Actually, I meant to tell you, honey, I was watching a YouTube video, or it was a short maybe, and I was telling people you didn't watch Joe last night. You were busy with Matthew over here.
Yeah.
But I gave you a little bit of a mention because we were talking about.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah, I just realized it now. People reading comics and like new people, and I was telling you how before you met me, you never read a comic, and I had lent you Ms. Marvel because, being born in Istanbul, I thought it was kind of close to your background.
My background, though.
I know you're Armenian. I
Right.
said that to people. So I saw a short with asserting that when you're half Italian, the Italian part is so strong it overtakes
Probably.
the other part. So I think that's what
I
happens
believe it.
with our son in respect to carbs.
Hopefully our daughter will take my background.
We'll see. Dale Suspense, how are you, sir? Let's see who else. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. That's always a good thing to see. What a way to wake up, just saying hi, hey, hi. Naps are heaven. Oh, yeah, power naps, yeah. See, I don't always get to take power naps. You know why?
You do? That's not true. That's not true. And now you do.
Yeah, a nap
during
at
the day, during your lunch.
a nap
break
at night
sometimes.
is during my lunch, but yeah, a nap at night is dangerous.
What you've done.
Yeah, so
Yes.
my friend Janmark, Janimal, he's an artist. If you want to check him out on Instagram and everything, he actually plays what he calls nap roulette, and
Was that a game?
it means sometimes it's going to work in your favor, sometimes it's not.
Sounds like a game.
And I'm waiting on our guest. I think I sent her an invite. Give me 1 second. I have to pop out, and I'll pop right back in just to make sure. Where is it here? Here we go. Sorry about that. I was just saying, yeah, we have a guest. If you remember last week, I said I'm bringing back 7-minute stories. If you're not familiar with 7-minute stories, it was an interview show. I used to do a separate interview show where various members of the community would come on, and I would interview them, and they would have to say their story, their collecting origin, if you will, within 7 minutes. And I used to do it separate from the regular show, only because I thought it'd be appropriate that way. Now I figure, let me do it as a segment, because you don't want that piece? Okay, how about this one? Are you all done? Okay, I'm going to leave this here because I don't believe that you're all done. Now I figure, let me try to incorporate it, because it would be hard. You want water? Hold on. Mom's eating the same thing you are. We're figuring that out, but only because it's harder for me to get a separate night together. What's up? What would you like? Point. You want ketchup on your toast? Yes. Okay. Today we found out he likes ketchup. Because he sees you dipping it. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, so like I was saying, it's harder to get a time together for a separate show. So we figure we'll incorporate this as part of the episode. This is the first time we're attempting to do it. I just hope our guest is okay. It's Madam, and I saw that I sent her the link yesterday. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to put ketchup on. Might have to get more. I had hot pepper on mine, so I'm a little. I want to give him.
On your ketchup?
Yeah. Some of it came over. A couple of comics is here. Will, how you doing? I've been watching. I'm a little bit behind, but I've been watching the replay of Will's Monday night program. It's on. Usually, is it 10 o'clock? Will, let me know. Yeah, it's harder to watch live. I haven't watched a whole lot of YouTube this week at all, and it's because I've been catching up with the Dark Tower book. Yeah, buddy. A little bit on.
Instead of ketchup.
Here you go. See? Look! That's pretty much more ketchup than bread at this point. All right. Yes, 10 p.m. on Mondays. I tend to watch the replays. Mondays I've been using for Between the Lines, but Roscoe and Phil's Treehouse wasn't on this week, so I just kind of took the Monday off. I'll be honest, it was a little refreshing. You just reminded me. I want to reach out to Roscoe and find out what the theme is this week. What's up? Here, do you want it from mine? No. Can you get the ketchup, please, honey?
Here's a Gracie. Hold on.
Okay.
I'll just use mine.
David just walked in. How you doing, David? In case you missed it, we did a unboxing of a nice treat David sent over this past week. We did that. We got to do another unboxing, actually. There you go. Okay. Ketchup. He's happy now. He's got ketchup. And yeah, I mean, David, again, thank you. I thoroughly enjoyed everything here. Spoiler alert, if you didn't like that, my wife did not enjoy the Joe Jusko piece, but that's okay. That was the Marvel Masterpiece. Yes, she remembers. Yeah, Trev, you got to work. I miss a lot of the weekend stuff, only because I like to save at least one day over the weekend just for not YouTube, just doing anything else. With Brian moving to Sundays, though, it's going to be a little tough. I don't know that I'm going to be able to follow. Excuse me, to be honest with you. But yeah, I'm sure we'll make it work. If I am around, I'll catch some of the Sunday night stuff. I think I watched this week. I think I did watch Trev and Mike's show on the replay. Yeah, because I think you guys start at 9 or 10, right?
He's eating more tonight.
He's eating. Yeah, he just needs a little catch up. Yeah, just a little bit. You don't have to go too much into it. And our guest is not here yet. I'm checking. Nope. All right, I'm gonna give her a little bit more time. Yeah, those are the long days I've been working. Yeah. Hey, Lady Fantastic, how are you today? I was thinking this morning I should have tagged you when I put up my X-Men short yesterday. Yeah, that'll work. Thank you, honey. Yeah. Yeah, I had fun. I've been trying to make that short for a long time now, if you haven't caught it. Basically, I kind of told what I think is still a rather unknown fact about the X-Men animated series, especially the theme song. If you haven't seen that, I encourage you to go check it out. It was hard for me to kind of articulate that, so I wound up using what was that app I told you to look? Something Cap? I don't know. I left the little insignia or whatever they have at the end of it up. Don't touch the ketchup with your hands. That's a mess. Okay. Yeah, just so you can get that. It's called something like Cut Cap or something. And I wound up actually using AI to get the script on that because I just didn't know how to articulate what I wanted to do. I thought it was good, but not great as far as the description goes, but it is what it is. Yeah, everybody's talking about working on the weekend. I haven't had to do that in a while for an employer, so to speak. I mean, technically, when you have a family, you're on the clock whenever, but that's a different kind of job, and that's, at least in my opinion, more rewarding in different ways. I think we could all agree. I don't have any new pickups this week, though I am going to the LCS either today or tomorrow. We haven't quite worked that out yet. So I'll be curious to see what I have because it's been at least 2 months, I think, at this point, maybe a little bit more. Let me see this. Everyone normalizing using ChatGPT to write their own performance evaluations. I hadn't thought about that, to be honest with you. That's not a bad idea, but I can tell you with my employer, they actually have blocked chat in any type of AI program that's not automatically integrated into our existing software on our work computers. And I think that, I don't know, as I've said before, I work in the insurance industry, and that's the most I'll go into it because that's about, I don't want to bore anybody here. I know I'm not streaming to LinkedIn today before I say that. But yeah, I tend to think that, when you hear these things about AI taking people's jobs, which I'm not a proponent of AI at all. I think, in summary, it's a tool that too many people are using as a thing, especially when it comes to things like artwork. I don't think you're going to see AI, though, taking over the financial industry. And I'll tell you why. Before ChatGPT became a big thing, I know we were talking to a family member who's very into tech about AI and whatnot, and we had found an article that I think in terms of robotics that I think it was in Europe. These scientists had built 2 robots, and they would communicate back and forth with each other. And then the scientists realized that at some point, the robots had developed their own way of communicating that the scientists didn't know. So the robots basically were kind of talking back and forth between one another without, purposely hiding their conversation. So as soon as the scientists figured that, they're like, all right, we got to shut this down. I think that in terms of financial stuff, because a lot of times in the financial community, whether you work at a bank, an insurance company, investment firm, you have access to so much personal information. Social security numbers, for example, not so much on my field. We try to block that information. I think that for the fear of that information leaking out between robots and whatnot, even though you don't need a robot to leak it now, you will not see AI take over the financial industry to the same extent as other things. I mean, look, will it take over some things? Customer service? Yes, I think so.
Does it need more?
I think we should get by with what we have. Let's see. Phil, this may not be your field, but EVs more expensive to insure since they are much heavier than gas vehicles. All right, I have to say this I have to preface this. I'm not speaking in any official capacity. I am licensed by the state of New Jersey, but this is just discussion. This is not advice or whatnot. Talk to your insurance agent. From what I have seen, I have not seen a lot of EV vehicles. I work specifically with high net worth clients. I've seen some hybrids, but not strictly EV. I was kind of surprised because, to be honest with you, I thought I would see more Teslas. But you want more? No? Okay, you might be done.
That had a real egg in it, right? The spark fan and the special.
Yeah. So I can't really answer that. Typically, the price of just a vehicle alone is driven by the agreed value, and also the symbols, which are in many ways driven by the agreed value.
More ketchup or no?
What?
More ketchup or
No, I think he's done. Can you grab him water, please?
Yeah.
And of course, take note that yeah, that's not a bad idea. We're going to switch roles. Hold on one second. So this is what we'll do. I am going to grab my coffee, and we're going to walk over here. Nobody's in the background yet. Okay, we're just turning it here. Oh, my wife popped up for a second. Little guy was in the back. Okay, they're over there.
Bread?
Yeah, I want mine and my water too. We have a traveling set here.
Did you want to eat after? What do you want to do?
You know what? You could. I just picked pieces off. I didn't take a bite out if you just want to eat it.
I'm full. I even ate the other stuff there.
Yeah, because I guess save it. I'll eat after.
Okay.
Yeah, so obviously, pricing is going to differ with people's driving history, of course, as well. That's okay, fanboy. We're just talking about you. Okay, lowering it a bit. Yeah. So basically, I don't know. Long story short, just because it's out of my expertise. Our guest is here, but I want to catch up on the chat here too. I don't think EVs are the future. We don't have the power, thank you, honey, to sustain. I think you have ketchup on your sleeve or something.
No, that's
Oh, the embroidery. Oh, okay.
AI
AI is infeasible in many sectors, which I'm not worried about. Yeah, and I'm going to say this. I think in terms of artwork, I think it's something that does need to be clamped down on or controlled. I'm going to get into that in a video at some point. Okay, they're not having that problem in Europe. I don't think hybrids are a good choice, only because from what I've seen, it's very expensive to go replace like the batteries and the parts and whatnot. Yeah, and I did read that about New Jersey. I honestly, I think that'll be repealed when we have a change in governor. Our guest is here, though, so I'm going to go ahead and
Hold on.
we'll hide that like that. I'm going to go ahead and let her in. So let's see this. Oh, it's a stage.
Matthew.
Okay, our guest is Chair. We're off to a great start. Okay. Shh, nobody say anything. Yeah, so let's see here. Yeah, that's not happening. If they go for hybrid, they're trying to. Yeah, I mean, and lady, I forgot what state you're in, but in New Jersey, they are trying to force our hands with not just hybrids, but I know there's a big controversy in the shore with the windmills and whatnot. There are some, I'll say this, intriguing theories that that the windmills, I don't know, tell me if you've heard this, Paul, have actually caused a lot of whales to and wildlife to actually beach themselves, which is unfortunate. There's been a very big increase. But yeah. We have more gun rights than my uterus. I feel like that needs to be on a t-shirt. Copyright that and start printing it. I think Neil makes t-shirts. You could reach out to Neil too. Maybe he can help you out with that. Hook you up. Okay, and Madam is here. We were just talking to your chair.
You were talking to my chair? Were you saying nice things?
Yeah, it was saying some stuff though. So hello and good morning.
Hi. I must have gotten the time wrong, I think.
It's okay.
Because I thought I was like getting ready real early to be on in like 30 minutes.
Oh. Yeah.
So it's a good thing I jumped on.
There you go. No worries.
Okay.
We're all chatting here. I did bring out my color changing mug that you get.
Oh, yes. I love that mug.
This is very cool. I know I've shown this off before, but it's very cool.
I'm a little jelly of that mug, actually. Kind of wish I.
Only downgrade, I'll say this.
Yes.
You have to hand wash it.
Yeah, no microwave, I bet either, huh?
Yeah, no, yeah. I typically don't microwave teas or coffees or anything like that. But here, everybody is excited, and everybody is gearing up.
Okay. I need to get one more thing. Can you hold on?
Yeah. Take your time.
Okay, thank you.
Kenneth, how you doing, sir? So, in case I'm going to reiterate this, just for some people who walked in late, I used to do a separate live show called 7 Minute Stories, where I would invite people from our community on, and they would talk about their comic book origin story in 7 minutes or less. Usually less. I was a little surprised by that. That kind of went away because other responsibilities. 2 children, a little hard to do. So I decided at some point I was going to incorporate it into our live show here, and we're trying it out for episode 101. And our first person to take the challenge is Matt. So I do have our timer ready. So in case you...
Oh, wait, I'm not ready yet. I'm totally not ready for that yet. Please, please, I beg you.
No worries.
I'm not set up yet.
What's that?
I'm not set up yet. I'm not set up completely yet. Almost.
All right. You are on now, too. I don't know if you know.
I'm on now. I know.
Yeah. Okay. Just letting you know.
I know I'm on live.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
So what's going to happen, everybody, she's going to talk for 7 minutes straight. I'm just going to hold this obnoxiously loud timer up to going back and forth. And yeah, that part of that is a little psychological, just to see if that helps or hurts the situation. And either stop until she says, hey, stop, I'm done, or stop when the timer goes off. If you guys have questions, this is a new thing I'll bring into it. You can type it into the chat with the letter Q in front, kind of like on Between the Lines. That's what they do. That's where I'm ripping it off from. And we'll revisit those questions there. And of course, I think everybody's polite here. Good questions only. We're doing a little caveat with Madam. I don't know if you're going to change it up or whatnot. Instead of talking about, I know we talked about this collecting history, you're going to talk a little bit about artwork. Is that right?
A little bit about the art too. Yeah.
Okay. Good. So let me just getting ready here. I can't remember the last time I microwaved something. Yeah, we microwave things, just to reheat them. I guess is the purpose of a microwave. Now that I say it out loud, just like if we have leftovers or something. But we're not I'm not microwave cooking. We don't do like microwave popcorn or anything like that. Not in the bags, at least. Well, yeah, but it's not
Long time ago.
not like the Jiffy Pop with all the
Yeah,
chemicals.
no,
Yeah,
used to, but
we take the corn and
clean popcorn you used to get.
yeah, I have a
I remember
rubber
putting
popper. I don't know what the name of it is. It's an SNL on TV type of thing, and that
Yeah.
actually pops in pretty well.
But it's very bland because it had no taste to it.
Well, but we tasted
Yeah.
it afterwards. Yeah, I mean, you're not tasting chemical. That's the
Right.
difference. Microwave baked potatoes. Yeah, I've done that. I've done that before. My favorite well boar. I prefer sweet potatoes. And that's just so easy to do. You wipe it off, stick it with fork, and there you go. It's gonna be an added obstacle with screaming toddlers.
I'm that's okay with me.
There you go.
As long as they're not mine.
Yeah. Yeah, Paul, I just saw there was a tweet from the governor about an executive order. Speaking of EV.
Stop.
Oh, something. Okay, now it's directing flags to be flown at half mast for the.
Why? What happened?
No, just one of the congressmen in the area passed away.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
And I think he was in South Jersey, to be honest with you. I don't know. You good, pal?
No, he's not.
Okay. I didn't bring up my my headphones, so if we have to go blippy, I gotta go grab my headphones.
No, I'm not even.
Steve the Voice White, how are you, sir? Steve is going to be on tonight at 9 p.m. With me too on Evil Mike's channel doing our Dark Tower discussion. And Steve always brings a great perspective into that. I also encourage you to check out Steve's channel. I have to catch up on a lot of his videos, but he's got a lot of good topics. So if you haven't done so already, go ahead and check out Steve's channel. Trev, yeah, I checked. There's a couple of blue wrenches here. If you guys know Steve's URL, please go ahead and put it. Are you putting out a Girl Scout sash? What is this?
Listen, I got this all worked out.
Okay. Comics. I didn't have any new pickups. I am going to go to my LCS either today or tomorrow. I did read. I went back into my collection and I read an issue of Kabuki Classics. It was issue number 2. If you're not familiar with Kabuki, are you familiar with Kabuki, madam?
I am.
Okay, not the comic, not Kabuki.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I forgot I had it. I think because I like David Mack and I didn't read it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Came out, but yeah, some great things. Definitely very artfully done, and it's kind of interesting now. You see where David started and where he is now. And I mean, look, and that's, if you read the introduction to it as well, he was talking about how the Kabuki Classics itself, at least that issue, was not a published story. That was basically when he would be in the writing process, he would start writing, and then when he edited, he would cut out these entire sequences and everything. So basically, he had classics, and I don't know if he did any fleshing out, but this is that kind of cut material. But I mean, I'll say this: his cut material is heads and shoulders just fantastic.
Amazing.
I would put it up against even. I'd say it's better anything than Teenie Howard's written. Go ahead, I'll say it. You know, I'm not a Teenie Howard fan, but I appreciated reading that so much more because it's like, okay, he's putting this out not because, hey, I have something I need to make money off of. Like, that's for the love of the artistry, I think. And you know, again, his style has evolved so much, but it's still so good. If you have the opportunity to check those out, and they're cheap, use $1 bin or so, go ahead and grab them. Yeah, Trev, trying to find Steve White in the search. Good luck. Let's see. Yeah, and Mac is one of my favorite artists. I've shown off before.
Because it is your son.
Mac? No, that's different. I have in our bedroom, we have hanging a print from it was one of his Daredevil covers, right after he had introduced Echo. And I actually purchased that print from him. That was in like 2008, I'm going to say, one of the last times I was at Comic-Con. and I decided, hey, I'm just going to go to Artist Tables, and it's signs. We had a really good discussion. Great guy, and he's pretty active in the con scene rather. So if you're going to a con, I know a lot of people are gearing up. I think this is actually the first official summer kickoff now. It's kind of early, I'll say that, but look for Mac. I don't think he's at C2E2, but yeah, he spends a lot of time in Asia too. I know that. Yeah, don't be nervous. You're fine.
Well, I'll be honest, I have not seen the other 7-minute stories, so I really don't know what to do, but I'm just going to do my own thing.
Yeah, the timer's going to go, and you're just going to talk, and we're just going to stare, pretty much. And that's it. And then if anybody has questions, they'll bring them up afterwards, and we'll go from there. My wife usually will have a question or two. If my son has a question, that'll be great because he doesn't really talk that much. So, okay. So are you ready?
I think I'm almost ready.
Almost. Okay. Yeah, see, look, Lady Fantastic. Don't be nervous, little meowser. Oh, she saw your cat.
Aww. No, she's talking about me. Okay. All right. I'm cool. All right. Let's go.
All right. I am setting the 7-minute timer. And go.
Okay, well, I started on YouTube making short videos with somebody else. And then after that, I started off with Gary B. Gary B, the casual comic guy. And we started making some Savage Saturdays stuff, and I get into cosplay and stuff. And that was kind of my introduction to the comic book world. And also the Gibbon Gang. Reggie, if you remember Reggie, who's no longer on, started the Gibbon Gang. So I was kind of in that group. Get to know Reggie and all them. Joe from Anachronic Comics had me on the comic book crowd and introduced me to Javen Nakayama, who I still love so much. I also really love Middleton a whole bunch. Some Middleton goodness. And some of my other favorite artists, Frisian. And some of my other favorite artists, Turner. No, I did go to a Comic-Con. I went to Fan Fusion last year. See, I went on Saturday. I met the Lady Death guy, Brian Pulu, and I had him sign this bejeweled Lady Death. And I got a picture with him. That was so cool. I picked up another Lady Death. And not only that, I actually have myself cosplaying Red Sonja on a Red Sonja cover. Which Gary B did for me. Thank you so much, Gary B. And I also have some original art of Jenny Frisian's of this. Now, not only that, I was campaigning with Gary B to be on the Comic Book Community Awards, and I did, in fact, surprisingly win an award for Best New Channel from Brian from the LCS. And with that, Brian from the LCS loves to cook Spidey. And with that also came this beautiful slab. Now, just 2 more slabs I have to show off. And then I have to ask you to pause it. Okay, so I have this one came with Brian's surprise box. This one Matt Woods gave me. Matt Woods also helped me in the community so much. Good friend of mine, Matt Woods. And Trev, the shipping guru, also a good friend of mine, Trev, the shipping guru. Can you pause it?
It's manual. It doesn't pause. But you got time. You're doing well.
I want to run up and get something. Is that possible?
What's that?
Can you pause it or no? Okay, here. Here's some artwork from Shop. Shop did me as Poison Ivy from the David Nakayama thing. There it is right there. I have some artwork from Philtastic. This is amazing. I love this Philtastic. Shout out Philtastic. This is like one of my favorite pieces. Dave Bratton. Dave, otherwise known as the better looking Bratton brother, did this beautiful Scarlet Witch for me. And Randy Snake did this beautiful Lady Death for me that I have. Now, do I have any time left?
Have plenty. You're going well. You have 4 minutes at this point.
Okay, yeah, I'm coming right back. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out if there's a way I can hold the timer and stop it, but it's not going. Yeah, Randy was on Joe last night too. Like I think he just popped in.
See, I would have been more prepared had I thought this was a half hour earlier. Okay, so I went from that doing like cosplay. Cosplay is fun. I enjoy cosplay. Cosplay led me to be on the cover of a comic book. So there you go.
There you go.
Here's the Virgin variant, and I'm going to go up here as Lucy in an actual Comic-Con in July in Rochester, New York. So yeah, there we are. That's all I have. I very much enjoy the comic world. I'm very impressed with the art in the comic world, especially friend Zeta too. I forgot to mention him. And yeah, I can't see where that dial, what the dial is at.
You still got like 3 minutes. If you want to keep going, you can.
3 minutes?
Yeah, you're good. Like I was saying,
I was so worried.
if you want to do a couple more laps, anything you want to do is fine.
A couple more laps. I don't think I have anything. I finished earlier than Matt Woods, right?
There you go.
There you go. Hey.
Yeah, it doesn't let you. I was trying to see if I could hold it in place. Stop it, Steve. Hold on. Oh no, it was well poor. Still have 6 minutes. Steve White, he wants one of the Lucy comics.
Actually, I think I will be able to have these on my website soon. Maybe after the Comic-Con in July, and I can sign them and everything. And
So, yeah, going to be appearing. What's the name of the con?
It's called Empire Fest Comic-Con in Rochester, New York.
Rochester in July. So
yes,
if you're going to go to Rochester, first of all, I've never been.
Rochester.
Yeah, I've never been, but I know that it's a little further up north in New York. So I'd imagine, and I'll say Wellbore can exclude himself from this part of the conversation. I'm going to say it's probably a lot colder there. Wellbore, it's probably going to be like going to Florida. Yeah, if you have to go to Rochester, that's the time to go. Evil Head back to the Kickstarter. Okay.
Yes, they're going to double. They're going to do the Kickstarter again this year, this summer, and start it all back up. And they're going to make more Lucy comics, I guess, too. So
let's see. Robin popped in. How you doing, Robin?
Robin?
There you go.
Saw her in Fanboy.
Dale's going to watch that again at double the speed. Las Cruces was very impressed. And I could say this lady was rooting for you. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I saw her cheering me on.
See here. Cup. 7 minutes is only short when you have to get out the door for work. Otherwise, 7 minutes is a decent amount of time. Yeah, to be honest with you, they don't know how I picked 7 minutes. I think I was just trying to experiment just because I go on. I used to. I'm a lot better, even though it's still a little bit long. I used to go on a little bit too long in my videos. I figure 7 minutes sounds good. I had to talk for 7 minutes, and then I was like, oh, let's see if it sticks. And I was kind of surprised that some people were able to get it in 7 minutes or less. I think there was only one person who ran out of time, to be honest with you. Yeah, early on, Trev, early on, I remember people were like, oh, you should call it 7 Minutes in Heaven with Phil. And I was like, I don't think my wife would have. See here.
Have the door to the closet as a thumbnail.
Steve says Rochester is close to him. Just walk across the lake. Just across the lake over the wall.
Hey, come see Lucy. July 12th and 13th.
Fanboy said he could get a lot done in 7 minutes. Do you want to, what was I going to say now too? Oh, Steve, let me ask you then, because we were talking about this earlier and I couldn't describe it because I've never actually had one. Being that you are so close to Rochester, have you ever had a garbage plate? So we'll see what Steve comes back with. I've never had one. I know Gary, I think, is the only person I've actually met from Rochester. He has not had one. Mike is heading out, so we're going to talk about him as soon as he's gone. Later, Mike. My wife was actually unfamiliar with the garbage plate until we saw it on 90 Day this past year, right, honey?
Was it 90 Day? was the show?
It was 90 Day. Remember the lady who's a witch?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Because her husband's like, oh, this is too sweet.
Yeah.
Yes, tonight watch the towers. That's what Trev is posting that. I know that we talked about it a little bit. Oh, Steve has never had one. He said, let me Google garbage plate on my iPad here, just so I can fully inform everybody what it is, because I don't know myself.
It sounds to me like it's probably potatoes, French fries, gravy, some sort of disgusting meat, and some sort of like Velveeta cheese on top, I imagine. That's just what I'm coming up with in my mind when you say garbage plate. So.
It does look like a heart attack. So wait. The garbage plate features your choice of cheeseburger, hamburger, Italian sausage steak, chicken, or white hots. That's a hot dog found regional to Rochester, served on a heap of home fries, French fries, baked beans, and macaroni salad. What truly sets it apart, however, is the signature Rochester hot sauce, which is a spicy meat-based sauce that's reminiscent of Cincinnati chili.
Oh.
If you'd like to tempt fate, opt to add mustard and onions as a heartburn-inducing garnish. You mix everything together and wolf it down with a side of bread and butter. How are you getting bread and butter after everything here? And look, I've heard that they're delicious, but it looks like if you look at images, I'm trying to find one that's not do an image search that'd be helpful.
Travis sounds like a fun time on the toilet.
Yeah,
Exactly. That's a fun time of regret.
Yeah, it was created that the Nick Tehow Hots one night for college students, of course. A college student came over and requested a plate with all the garbage on it, and the owner, that's how it came to be. Now, let's see. Here, these are several small pictures. I don't know if people could see that. Well, pour it to cleanse.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of when I was in college at Rutgers. There used to be a parking lot right by one of the main bus stops. That's the only way you get around in Rutgers, New Brunswick, where they were trucks, just food trucks. Before they were. And, I know when you say food truck now, you might be thinking of something like fancy you see on like the Food Network. No, these were literally trucks with some guy cooking on it and throwing it out, like nothing willy-nilly, nothing fancy. And it used to be, we call them fat sandwiches, which you can get at a lot of delis around here now. But these were basically like you can get a hamburger, chicken cutlet, and a hot dog in one sandwich. Or different variations of fat sandwiches. And I mean, and French fries were always in them too. Honestly, it was always like, hey, we're leaving the bar. We need to soak up grease. Here you go, type of thing. But they don't have those grease trucks around anymore. The college actually bought the land and kicked the trucks out. Let's see if anybody's saying anything here.
A grease salad, Lady Fantastic. My mom used to make this salad with hot bacon grease. Have you ever had a salad like that? Maybe it's a southern thing, maybe. It was called a wilted lettuce salad. And she would have like scallions, like spinach and like red leaf lettuce, I think. And then she would have like a little bit of red wine vinegar. And then she'd pour hot bacon grease into it and wilt it, and we would eat it.
Wow. I don't know. It tastes better than it sounds. I don't know.
It does taste really good, actually. I kind of miss it.
Honey, do you have any questions?
I'm trying to think.
My wife's thinking. So we'll see if there's any questions from the chat. I didn't see anybody asking anything, but we'll see. Lady Fantastic. At LSU, there was a breakfast joint that stayed open at all hours, and we'd go hit up that place after a long night of drinking. Yeah, here in Jersey, not so much now. I think actually after COVID, there was a lot of places stopped doing it. We have diners, just your average kind of greasy spoon, but they're open pretty much 24/7. So you could go in at any time and get anything you want. One of the big attractions, of course, is breakfast at any time. So yeah, diners were always popular after a long night of partying?
After a long night of partying in Madison, there was this place called Benedict's, I believe, and it was also called Smut and Eggs, where it was open 24 hours and you could get breakfast all the time. And there was also porn on all the TVs.
I could see that. Yeah, that's Wisconsin, right? Yeah, big cheese. See, here in Jersey, one of the staples, and my wife says she's never had this. I keep saying I have to introduce this to her. We have disco fries, which French fries with mozzarella on them, and then you put like a gravy, like a turkey gravy or like a beef gravy on top of them. They're delicious.
Is it called poutine?
You know what? I've never had poutine, but
isn't that what poutine is? French fries with like some gravy like stuff on it.
I think the cheese is different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The name of the con is Empire Fest Comic Con.
Empire Fest. Do they have a website they get tickets? Or? Yeah.
They have a website.
Empire Fest. I went to the original Raising Cane's just outside of LSU campus. I have not been to a Raising Cane's. They're just starting to come into our area now. I know there's one in Midtown. And the only reason I know that one of the groups I'm in, somebody happened to be visiting Midtown Comics and took a picture. And yeah, right across, I think right across from somewhere in Times Square, you saw a thing. Here you go, Wellbore, fries, cheese curds, and gravy. Yeah, it's the curds thing, but I've never had it.
Have you ever had cheese curds?
No, not that I know of.
Oh, you would know.
Yes, I'm going to say no. No, I was only in Canada once. And I think it was like 15, 16 at the time. Poutine wasn't even on my radar. But all of my friends keep saying you got to try one. You know, we just got one in Nashville. Yeah, they're building one here in New Jersey. It's going to be like in South Jersey. So I imagine they'll be all over the place here within 5 years or so. That's just the way like Chick-fil-A was 3 years ago. They weren't around here. Now I think they're basically in every other town. Robin, some places use shredded cheese. Lady Fantastic, never thought I'd see the day when it would turn into a nationwide franchise. Is it that much different than like a Chick-fil-A or like a KFC type of place? Like, to be honest with you, I had never even really heard of them until like just seeing people, I guess, in the South on shorts, like, oh yeah, we're going to Raising Cane's. It's like, what's that?
I've never been to a Raising Cane's before.
Dale, cheese curds, squeaky cheese. There's got to be a texture thing. Honey, have you ever had cheese curds? No.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, let me describe them to you. They're crispy on the outside, like an onion ring, okay? Crispy, but on the inside, they're softer, like soft, mild cheese.
So it almost sounds like a fried cheese type of thing.
Fried cheese goodness, really.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have...
After you eat one, you're kind of good, you know, but you should eat one.
I was going to say, we're going to have to put that on the bucket list, honey. Let me see. Like, highest quality of chicken of all the chicken places. I'd have to see. To be honest with you, I am interested in checking them out. We are not going to. Well, I'm not going to do Chick-fil-A any longer, only because they had some sort of report out within. I want to say it was 2-3 weeks ago.
I have no idea. I never read it. So.
Yeah, that. Right now they're using antibiotic-free chicken, but now because of cost, they're switching to chicken that has antibiotics, but reportedly are not bad for humans. So it's like, all right, we don't need to touch that. Not that we eat a whole lot of Chick-fil-A. It's tasty, and every now and then it's like, all right, let's get some. But yeah, that's kind of a no-brainer for us here.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Okay. And I've never had the sauce either, I guess. I keep seeing, and Steve, I think I've asked you about this one before. Wellbore, I know I've asked you, and I don't think it's near you. Little like shorts online about some chain in Canada Shelby's that looks interesting. It looks like a falafel type of chain. I would want to try that. The guy's really amusing there, really funny. And I showed it to one of my friends. He's like, "Yeah, going back to college, that's how the grease trucks work. That's why you think it's so funny." So let's see. I don't have any questions in the chat. Honey, did you think any questions yet? Honey? I said, did you think any? Yeah. No.
Don't put her on the spot.
I don't know Shelby's. Just look it up on, like, I'll say this. I can't speak to the food, but the commercials are hilarious. The guy who's on them. Steve has heard of them, but has never been. All right. That's the thing. We're going to take a road trip when the kids could take a road trip, because that's not happening right now. And we'll go to Canada and go to Shelby's. How about that, hon? I was supposed to take my wife to Canada once before we got married. We went to a wedding in upstate New York, worst wedding I've ever been to. And it was in Larchmont Park, which is beautiful, but it's far away. And you're like right over the border. And we got there and realized I didn't have my passport. So we were on the New York side of Niagara Falls, but the New York side is nothing compared to the Canadian side.
Oh.
We do have a question from Dale. What is your favorite sculpture that you've created?
Probably right now, if you ask me. I have one that's was just installed yesterday, and it's going to be unveiled on Saturday next week. And it's of a suffragette leader for Arizona. And she's carrying a flag, and she has a ballot box with her, and it's all full-size bronze.
Yeah, I saw it. Was that on your stories today?
I don't know if I put that on my stories or not.
Yeah.
I think I sent it to you personally.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because I was saying I saw the picture. I didn't remember what it was though. Where if that was just to me, if it was in your stories, but it certainly looks impressive. And certainly once it's installed, I hope that you share pictures of that with everybody too.
Yeah, I'll try. I don't know.
Okay. Steve, are you living in New York now?
No, I live in Arizona, where I love it.
Yeah.
It's not cold here.
What's that?
So it's not cold here.
Yeah. Yeah. What's your favorite comfort food?
Ooh, favorite comfort food? Mashed potatoes and gravy or something like that. Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay. Lady's coming in hot with some questions here.
Okay, lady.
Coolest concert you saw in college?
Coolest concert I saw in college was probably that I went impromptu to Pantera one time, just in college. So
I saw Pantera in New York, which wound up being their last time, the original band's last time in New York.
Oh, wow.
He got shot. I think it was like, I'm going to say 2 weeks later.
Wow.
Lady Fantastic says, biggest pet peeve.
Okay, I cannot stand it. This is a weird thing, but I can't stand it. I can't stand filing my own nails. Okay, it's like the vibrations are too much on my fingers, and I can't stand it when other people are filing their nails. In fact, when I go to like a nail place, which I rarely do, I won't let them like file my nails because it's just so difficult to withstand.
Oh, yeah. Steve's got a good question. I like this. What does it cost to make a bronze statue?
Well, how big do you want it? How complicated is it? These are big questions.
I think Steve is looking to commission you to make a likeness of him in bronze.
A likeness of you in bronze would probably be a little over $6,000, probably.
Yeah, a mere bag of clams. Let's see.
And that's just fun prices here.
There you go. See you, Dale. Enjoy your day. Do you ever make like smaller reproductions of some of your bigger statues?
I am. In fact, I just made small reproductions of my giant 7-foot tall statue of an EOD tech holding a folded flag for a memorial in Florida. And I just made a bunch of small ones of them in plaster. And I hope to be selling them at a store in Florida down there. So,
is bronze your preferred medium, or is it plaster?
No, bronze for sure. Yeah, bronze is there for until it gets melted down for another cannon or something, you know.
Yeah.
It's there for a long time.
Lady's got one here. If you could meet anyone from history, who would it be?
It would probably be Michelangelo.
The artist, not the turtle, correct?
Yeah.
There you go.
Is that her favorite artist?
Wait, my wife's coming in. I don't know if you heard her question.
Is that my favorite artist?
Yeah.
Him, Bernini, and Rodin, I would say, are my favorite sculptors.
Again, the artist, not the Godzilla monster. What's going on, bud? You can't go on camera. That's okay. My son might bump into the camera here. We're not having another earthquake. Steve says a bronze of the voice will be placed up at the top of the wall. There you go. Eddie, fantastic. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
It would be a small fly on any wall I want to be on.
So kind of like Ant-Man, but you want to be a fly.
I'm kind of voyeuristic, I guess.
What's that?
I'm kind of voyeuristic, I guess, that way. So I just want to know what's going on, but incognito.
Now, I know that among the community, you're known for sculpture, but you go into other forms of art as well.
Yeah, I do some doodles, some drawings and stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm just looking into getting those scanned in and looking into adding them to my website, and maybe fishing around for a gallery or something for them, or I don't know. We'll see. Maybe selling prints.
Over here, it's a wrangle. Wanted to come this way.
Oh.
Durs is here too.
What up, Durs?
What does she do?
My wife just asked, do you prefer to do art, do more drawings or sculpture?
I enjoy sculpture so much more. I feel like I'm so much more competent, and I feel more comfortable and more, in my own skin doing that. Then drawing is a little harder to translate something from 3D into 2D. I find is more difficult than making something 3D. It's a lot easier for me.
Yeah, so it's a whole perception change.
Yeah.
Okay, there was a question here from Fanboy. What's the next $15 cover battle challenge?
I was thinking about this, and I didn't want to make it too difficult, but I was either thinking spectacles, glasses have to be on there, or crowns, or a tiara or something like that,
Just Phil, in case
those would be difficult, I think, to find out.
In case people don't know, what is the $15 cover battle challenge?
It's on Fanboy Prime's Saturday morning stretch show. He has a cover challenge where we hold up covers of comics and people in the chat vote for which ones they like the best.
Yeah.
And the $15 one is you only get $15 and you got to come out with 4 comics that have a certain theme to them. And then those are the ones we get to battle with.
Yeah, Fanboy and I have been talking. Fanboy, I'm going to come on very soon. I have to get that one thing out to Neil that we talked about. I haven't been able to put that together yet. I'll try to do that this week, maybe. Looking at my wife like she knows what I'm talking about, because I didn't tell her about that. But yeah, let's see. Another question from Lady. If you could visit any place on Earth, where would it be?
Without a doubt, Italy. I've never been, and that's that's the only place I want to go.
A lot of Italians in Italy.
This is what I hear. A lot of good sculptures in Italy too, though.
There you go.
What I want to see.
Fanboy loves both of the ideas.
Oh, good.
I could tell you, at the Vatican, when you go into the Vatican Museum, which is always crowded, all of the what's that?
It's a touristic attraction.
Yeah, it's a huge attraction,
That's
and
why.
Technically the Vatican is its own country.
I know.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
When you go into the Vatican Museum, and I know this goes back to, I think, one of the popes. I'm not up on my art history at the moment, or I haven't had coffee yet. All of the statues are covered up with leaves.
With leaves?
All of their parts, yeah.
Yeah. That was some. Yeah, I believe that there was Pope Julius. I don't want to say, I don't know the name of the Pope who did it, but on the Sistine Chapel, there's the Last Judgment that Michelangelo created. You know, there's the creation of God. He did the whole ceiling, but then he also did the Last Judgment, which is on like the altar side of the church. And some Pope was so offended by all the nudity, he had someone else commissioned to come paint over little loincloths over everybody.
Yeah, I remember the leaves. I didn't remember the loincloths. But like I said, I haven't looked up my art history in quite some time.
Or whatever. Yes, they had to cover that up.
Come for comics, and then we talk a little bit about what's going on with our community members, and you get a little bit of art history and a lot of food talk. Yes, Wellbore. Perfect STP album. Well, I am out of questions. Is there anything you'd like to promote? What's going on with you lately?
Well, I guess next week I'll be unveiling my big statue, and then just that whole thing in July, and then I think I probably will be starting a cosplay show. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to nail it out yet, but something where I get to have fun and get in cosplay.
There you go. So make sure
community hangout or something. I'm thinking, or something like that.
Yeah, those are always fun.
Yeah.
Make sure my kid's not jumping off the coffee table.
Yeah, that's important. You got a pool noodle on that coffee table?
Sure. No, what was I going to say? Yeah, I mean, look, community hangouts are always fun. Oh, Fanboy has a question.
Oh.
Art is subjective and all that, but what is the worst comic book cover you've ever seen?
I'll tell you a story. In fact, this just happened this morning. I was watching, I was looking at something by Michael Golden. I was looking back at my pictures from Fan Fusion. I met Michael Golden, right? And I told him, I was like, Michael Golden, I'm like, I reviewed your work on Savage Saturday on YouTube thing with Gary B. And he's like, oh, well, I hope you gave me a good review. And I was like, uh-huh. And I look back and I gave him, like, out of 5 points, I gave Michael Golden a 0.5.
Oh.
Because I look back at some of his stuff, like,
So now what's going to happen is if you go to Rochester, when
he'll be there.
Michael Golden is just coming just to basically go there, set up his table, then he'll see, he's like, I know her, I have to go say something. Like, you gave me a 0.5.
Yeah.
That hurt.
So he had some of the worst covers I've seen. So.
Okay, so again, make sure that you're subscribed to Madam on IG. That's probably where you see the most information. Hi, new buddy. Security. As far as I go, you're going to see me tonight, 9 p.m. on Evil Mike's channel for our Dark Tower discussion. Yeah,
nice.
And then this week, look, we're going to do an unboxing. We're going to do our I'm looking at my wife to remind me. We're going to do our X-Men 97 bi-weekly review. I'm going to try to get that up Wednesday or Thursday. And I still have that cooking video to edit that was a couple months old at this point.
Wow. What were you cooking?
I was Wonder Woman's Paradise Island pancakes.
Oh, you ruined it.
I didn't ruin it.
Yeah, I was surprised I thought.
Nah, because I have the art channel art for it already. It's just a matter of putting everything together because it was like my longest cooking video to edit.
Okay.
But
cool.
We have been on now for over an hour, so I think it's time that we all depart. But
thank you so much, Phil.
Thank you for coming on, being the first one to jump on 7-minute stories.
Yes, and I believe I set a new record.
Yes.
Even though I ran upstairs and got something in front.
Okay, pal.
Now to come here.
Come here.
Oh, babies.
All right, everybody.
All right. Well, you two superheroes, mom and dad, have a great day. Because you're the real superheroes to those kids. So
say bye-bye, buddy. Say bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, everybody. We'll wait.
Oh, I think you went. Bye. That was you.
Thanks again.
Thank you.